Today I'm going to show you how to make a couple of different salad dressings. Well, to be perfectly honest, I'm going to make one type today, and then we're going to splice it next week. I'm going to do a second type. Hey, today I'm going to show you how to make a really tasty and easy balsamic vinaigrette. Now, one of the tricks that I've learned is to get one of these cruets. They sell them in the grocery store. They usually come with a seasoning packet. You might have to buy the seasoning packet, but it's okay because this thing really helps because it gives you the measurements in here. So here it is. Easy balsamic vinaigrette. You just take balsamic vinegar and you fill it up to the water line. All right. Almost there, almost there, almost there. Let me just check to see where that is. Not quite. Okie dokie, there we go. All right, I'm up to the water line. The next thing is you need to put a little some Dijon mustard in there. And what this is going to do is it's going to emulsify the oil and the vinegar. It's going to make sure that they can blend together. And I just put in like about a teaspoon, you know, just a rough amount. There you go. The next thing I do is I put in just a little salt, like that. And then lastly, I fill it up to the vinegar line, which is right there, with a good olive oil. I was watching a cook's show on TV, and they did an olive oil tasting, and they say this is actually the best extra virgin olive oil you can get. And it really is very good, so I recommend it. You want a good tasting olive oil for your salad dressing. You just put the cover on like this, and then you give a good shake. And there's your salad dressing, just like that. I hope you enjoy. Bye. All right, so I showed you how I made my basic balsamic vinaigrette, and now I'm going to show you a little more complicated dressing that I make, and that's a lemon garlic vinaigrette. So it's a little more complicated, but it's not that difficult. Here's how you do it. Again, the handy dandy cruet thing here, and I just use the lines on here to determine how much ingredients I need. Step number one, if you want to do this, I like it. It gives it a little more lemon, but I take some lemon zest. You can see I've zested this lemon, and I just put it in there. It just adds a nice extra boost of lemon. The next thing I do, cut my lemon in half, just trim off the ends like this. You see that? Now, if you don't have one of these juicers, I recommend you get this. This is such a lifesaver. You take your cut side down, put it like that, and then I just squeeze it right over this, and out comes all that wonderful juice. Give a nice squeeze, and that's one half, and then I take my other half, and again I just give it a nice good squeeze. There you go. That's done. Now, I'm gonna want a little, again, Dijon mustard, just as an emulsifier. So just half a teaspoon. Perfect. And now I use red wine vinegar just to get it up to, not the vinegar line, but I like it going to the water line. So, some lemons have more lemon juice, some have less. So I use that as a guide, and then I just put this in up to the waterline. Perfect. Now comes the slightly tricky part. Here is some shallot that I've sliced up, and here's some garlic. And what I'm going to be doing now is making a garlic onion paste. And this might actually be a little too much shallot, we'll see. But this is one large garlic clove, and I'm just smashing it. And then I'm gonna just mince it up. Eventually, you'll see, it's gonna turn into a paste, and I'll show you how to do this. But first, I just want to give it a good mince. There we go. There's my mince. Now, this really does look like it's too much onion. So I'm just gonna take maybe that much. And again, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna mince it up really fast. Now I'm using shallots here. You could use red onion, you could use white onion, whatever you want, but you can see it's not much. But it just, that extra onion flavor just adds a nice little element to this. Okay, now mix those two together. Take some salt, maybe a half a teaspoon, and just throw it on top and just start mincing away. What the salt's going to do is it's going to break down the vegetables, the garlic and the onion, and help form it into a paste. Now I've minced it enough, so now comes the part where I'm going to actually turn it into paste. What you want to do is press down on your knife. Now even though I've got my hand here, I'm putting my pressure on this side of the knife. And you just keep schmutzing it. Schmutz, schmutz, schmutz. Back and forth, and you can see the salt is breaking the vegetables down and turning it into a paste. And you just keep going, and again, even though my hand is back here, I'm putting the pressure on this part of the knife, and I'm pushing down on the vegetables. And it's doing with the salt, it's releasing all the liquid and helping it to turn into this very delicious paste. Now, I used to just do this with garlic, but I found, I'll tell you, Rachel Ray says she always puts a little onion juice in with her salad dressing, and one time I said, well, let me try that as well, and it really does help. So I recommend you doing it. You know, it's your dressing. If you don't want the onion, don't worry about it. Another thing I used to put in here was a little anchovy, and that really is a nice flavor as well. But some people don't like the anchovy in here, so I've eliminated that. And I think with the onion and garlic, I think there's enough flavor. But again, if you want the anchovy is very good. Anyway, this is almost there. Let's break this up. Now you see, there's my paste, my onion garlic paste. Now this looks like actually a little too much, so I'm going to take about that much and then just put it in just like that. And then lastly, I take a really good extra virgin olive oil. This flavor I really like. It's from Trader Joe's. It's a Kalamata olive oil. Delicious for salad dressing. But you can do whatever extra virgin olive oil that you like. But make sure it's a good quality one, because you're not going to be cooking with it. You're going to be using it for salad dressing. So you want a really high-end flavor. And what I'm doing here is I'm just filling it up to that oil line. I'm almost there. And there we go. Put my cap on, just like this. And I don't need to put extra salt, because I had salt in here. And then give it a good shake. And there's my dressing, just like that. Let me just give it a taste. Perfect. You know, some people add more salt. I think with the amount of salt I put in here, it's going to be just perfect. So just Like I said, give it a good shake. That mustard's going to help emulsify it. But there it is. There's your salad dressing. I hope you enjoy it.